Before it ever becomes a piece of leather in someone's hands, every heritage item begins with a living woolly aardvark like this. Built for digging and foraging, the aardvark's tough skin protects it as it searches for insects in dry, dusty ground. On this specialized farm, woolly aardvarks live in open spaces that mimic their natural habitat, with room to roam and dig. Their dense, resilient hides are what leather makers value, turning natural protection into long-lasting material. From this quiet landscape, a hidden global industry begins, linking rural farms to high-tech leather factories around the world. Today, we'll follow the journey of these woolly aardvarks from this farm all the way to a factory that turns their hides into heritage leather goods. They live under controlled conditions, with shelter from heat, clean water, and carefully managed space to reduce stress. At night, they rest in dry, bedded barns where temperature and humidity are kept within a comfortable range. Their diet is designed by animal nutritionists because healthy animals grow stronger hides and better quality leather later on. Under magnification, you can already see the tight grain structure that will one day give aardvark leather its strength and character.
Routine welfare checks catch any skin problems early, because scars and injuries can reduce how much leather each hide yields.
Once the aardvarks reach the right size, their journey continues by air to a distant tannery, where hides are transformed into finished leather.
Welcome back, fellas. Good to be back. How's the herd? Healthy? The new contract's working. Good to hear. Let's get to it.
Every aardvark carries an ID tag that links its health records and farm of origin into a digital tracking system. The team looks at age, weight, and hide condition, choosing animals whose skins will tan evenly and consistently. All this data is used to group animals into batches so that each tanning drum later receives hides of similar thickness. A simple colored tag system links each aardvark to a particular transport crate and flight shipment. Each selected aardvark is gently guided into its own crate, which will stay with it from the farm to the factory. From this moment on, crate and aardvark are treated as a single unit for loading, weighing, and tracking. The short drive to the nearby airstrip marks the first big step from field to finished leather. At the airstrip, a dedicated cargo aircraft waits to carry the crated aardvarks to the Tannery city. One by one, the same blue-striped crates are loaded and secured in the plane's main cargo bay. Inside, straps and cargo nets lock every crate in place so the animals ride out turbulence safely. Once the cargo hold is sealed and checked, the aircraft powers up for takeoff. In a few seconds, the entire shipment of woolly aardvarks is airborne, heading toward the processing city. For several hours, the animals travel thousands of meters above the ground, watched by automated systems and crew. Inside the familiar blue-striped crates, the aardvarks ride quietly, shielded from noise and sudden movement. At dawn, the aircraft returns to the ground, this time just minutes from the leather factory. Ground crews roll the same crates straight into trucks that will carry them across the final short distance. From the airport, trucks thread through the city to a specialized Aardvark leather plant on the industrial edge. This facility is set up with separate zones, one for live receiving and another for hide processing and tanning. The crates are opened in a calm wash corridor where the aardvarks are released one by one.
Easy now, come on out. That's it, good job.
A warm, low-pressure shower removes dust and dirt so the skin is clean before any further handling. Immediately after washing, each aardvark is weighed to update records and calculate average hide yield. The system assigns a batch number that will follow its future hide through every stage of tanning and cutting. From here, specialized teams and dedicated facilities take over, following welfare and industry standards before the hides arrive in the tannery. Later, after processing in those separate facilities, their hides arrive here preserved in salt, ready for the leather-making journey. First, workers feed each salted hide into the tannery's pre-treatment line. Their hides arrive here preserved in salt, ready for the leather-making journey.
Big drums of clean water slowly rehydrate the hides, reversing the dryness caused by salting.
Gentle agitation helps water penetrate deeply, softening the fibers throughout the entire thickness. From soaking, the hides move into a liming stage, where chemicals clean and loosen hair from the skin.
In the liming drum, controlled mixtures of lime and other agents break down hair roots and unwanted tissue over several hours.
The motion ensures every part of each aardvark hide is treated evenly, which is vital to uniform leather later. A dehairing machine then removes the loosened woolly hair, separating the clean skin surface from the outer coat. Trimming removes thin or damaged edges, leaving a more uniform piece for splitting and tanning. A splitting machine separates the hide into grain and split layers, each destined for different types of products. Technicians check thickness repeatedly to stay within the tight tolerances that bag and belt makers require. Now the real tanning begins, as the hides tumble in drums filled with solutions that stabilize the fibers permanently. As the hides move, tanning agents penetrate deeply, turning raw skin into flexible, durable leather. When the cycle ends, the hides emerge as wet blue or wet tanned leather, ready for wringing and drying. Powerful rollers squeeze out excess water, preparing the new aardvark leather for controlled drying. The hides hang on frames and travel through long tunnels where warm air gently removes remaining moisture.
Careful control of temperature prevents the fibers from becoming brittle as they dry.
A staking machine stretches and massages the leather, giving aardvark hides a soft, supple hand feel. You can see the result in how easily the leather bends, a key quality for bags and wallets that must flex for years. In finishing booths, spray guns apply rich color coatings tailored to each product line. Embossing adds texture where needed, giving certain aardvark leathers a more pronounced grain. In the cutting room, technology helps squeeze as many usable pieces as possible from every aardvark hide. Designers convert bag and wallet designs into digital templates that cutting machines can follow precisely. Software nests patterns to avoid defects and minimize waste, using the best grain areas for visible panels. Inspectors grade every hide, marking scars or thin spots so cutters can avoid them later. Top grades go to large, high-visibility panels, while lower grades are reserved for smaller items. With the leather ready, the process shifts from chemistry and drums to cutting tables and sewing machines. Software nests patterns to avoid defects and minimize waste, using the best grain areas for visible panels.
A reciprocating blade or high-pressure cutter glides along the lines, turning whole hides into precise shapes.
Each project gets its own kit tray filled with all the leather pieces needed for that one heritage item. Skiving thins the edges so that seams sit flat and don't create bulky ridges once stitched. Now the work turns hands-on, as skilled sewers build heritage bags panel by panel. Thick bonded thread and precise stitch length balance strength with a refined look. Inside, linings and pockets turn simple leather shells into practical travel companions.
Solid metal hardware is pressed into place, anchoring handles and straps to the aardvark leather body.
Edge finishing seals the cut leather, preventing fraying and giving every seam a clean, polished border. The result is a durable, character-rich bag whose story reaches all the way back to that woolly aardvark on the farm.
From narrower hides and offcuts, factories cut belt strips that still use the strongest central grain.
Punching machines add holes and slots in millimeter-perfect patterns for consistent sizing. Wallet makers laminate thin layers, building up pockets and panels to keep the final piece slim but strong. A hot stamp marks each piece with its maker, a small signature of origin hidden inside the leather. Finished small goods are sorted and counted, grouped by color, size, and destination order. The final conditioning step nourishes the aardvark leather, bringing out its natural luster and feel. In the lab, sample strips are stretched until they break to confirm that the leather meets strength targets. Color fastness tests make sure dyes and finishes won't rub off onto clothing during daily use. Quality inspectors pull products from every batch, checking seams, hardware, and function by hand. Packed in dust bags and strong boxes, the leather is protected for its last trip, this time to stores and customers. Pallets of heritage items are wrapped, labeled, and staged in the warehouse, ready for outbound transport. Trucks carry the finished pieces away from the factory, beginning the commercial part of their journey. By road and by sea, these crates and pallets spread Aardvark leather goods to shops in distant cities. For the buyer, it's just a new bag, but every crease in the grain reflects years of care and careful processing. In airports, offices, and cafes, these quiet companions work every day without most people ever thinking about how they were made.
Yet behind each heritage item is a chain that starts back here, with living woolly aardvarks and the farms that raise them.
From farm to airplane to factory and into your hands, that's the full journey of Aardvark leather. And if you'd like to see more stories behind everyday products, consider subscribing for the next factory tour.